What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Fiction Tea Review. About the Netflix original show that I heard was supposed to be picked up like several times. They wanted to make it into a movie, got shut down. They wanted to put it on Hulu, got shut down, and then it ended up going to Netflix. Now this is a graphic novel. It's called Locke and Key, and it's basically about a family who inherits this house. They end up in this small town, and the kids find these different types of keys which do different things. So one of the keys unlocks the mind. One of the keys, the soul can be detached from the body. One of the keys has something to do with plants. It's like so many cool keys throughout this entire show, and I was like, I wish I had those keys. I wish I could do that. That's so cool. I'm not gonna spoil anything really, because it not too long just came out. You can definitely binge it. I think it's like 10 episodes. They're all like good paced episodes, so you don't really have to worry about it being too long or too short. Like I said, this is a graphic novel, and I have heard through reviews and reading that the graphic novel is way more gruesome. I've never read the graphic novel, so I really have no idea how they are, but I know people who are fans of the graphic novel probably felt a certain way when they watched the show and saw that it wasn't as graphic. There's definitely times in the show where it gave me typical cliche themes where I was like, this kind of reminds me of like some CW type of show, the way it's being drawn out and portrayed. It's reminded me of like Vampire Diaries, and I liked Vampire Diaries, don't get me wrong, but there are moments in times of Vampire Diaries where it was like so overly dramatic, and it was just like the angsty teen stuff, all of that. I don't want to say glamorized, but there was just moments where it was like, this is too clean. It wasn't terrible at all. I still enjoyed it despite that. Like I said, I love the concept with the keys, how each one could do something magically different. I thought that was very cool. And I like how they expanded on different storylines with those keys. I look forward to seeing a season 2. I heard that they're working on season 2 actually, so I definitely look forward to seeing that and learning more about different keys. I hope that we get to see even more keys in this, even more magic with the keys. Really excited about that. Now the plot twist in the end, it was quite predictable. I mean, you knew that something was up with this guy. I mean, I was watching this show and I was just like, where did this guy come from? Like, I remember watching the episodes and I'm just like, okay, who's he? Like, and where'd he come from? Like, going from one episode to the next and then just being like, okay, who's this guy? Where'd he come from? He's suspicious, he's sus, and it's so crazy because although I didn't know what his suspicion was, I was like, he's suspicious, he should probably work with them. One of my friends was like, yo, what if the guy is really the girl? That would be crazy, right? And I was like, yo, that would be crazy. And lo and behold, they predicted that, and it ended up being that. And but even before that, even though I didn't necessarily predict that, I didn't know. I knew that something was up with him, and it was very predictable, like these teen shows, which this pretty much categorizes as a teen show. I would say it's in that category. It's in that section of teen show. So if you're looking for something like that, this is definitely one of those shows. The first place that they were supposed to be on was Fox. I don't know why Fox didn't pick them up, but CW probably would have definitely picked the show up, and I'm surprised that they didn't, because it's really, it fits in with that section of shows, to be honest. It definitely was still cool, that plot twist. I still was pretty like shocked about it though at the same time, even though it's predictable. I was like, yo, this is crazy. What? I knew it. What? Like, it still gave me a reaction. It's definitely not, it might have its moments, but it's not a terrible show. The graphic novel is darker and eerie. I definitely feel like they kept this PG-13 from what I've watched, and if it is darker in the novels, then I know people are probably gonna be like, yo, why didn't they like do more? I mean, because this is Netflix. This isn't like CW. This isn't Fox. They could have pushed the boundaries a little bit. I know people who have read the graphic novels probably feel that way, and I would too. I haven't read the graphic novels, but I definitely would feel that way if I read the graphic novels. I was like, they should add this. There are always going to be stuff in the books that's not as good as the show, and sometimes vice versa. But yeah, this was a good show. I didn't mind it. You definitely can binge this show. It's a pretty good show. It's a pretty good series. Let me know if you've seen this show as well, and comment below your thoughts about the show. And while you're at it, hit the link in the description box below and you can get a read of this book. It is a psychological thriller about a group of young adults who have been accustomed to living in a psych ward. They get this new counselor who is trying to figure out why they're in there, and he's like, I think there's something wrong with this place. I'm going to help you guys. Basically, I'm going to help you guys get out of here. I'm going to figure out what's going on, while at the same time, the place starts to have an effect on his mind, and he starts losing his mind and going crazy. He starts seeing things. His past starts to haunt him, which has an effect on what's taking place in the present. And if you're interested, like I said, link in the description box below, and I will see you all next time.